Alright, and let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out some Ember Knights. This is a game that came out in 1.0 probably a couple of months ago, but since then they've done a couple of updates to this game that have vastly changed how some of this game replayed. I believe the last update was called like Reforged or something, and it did a whole bunch of stuff, like redid the way the Ember tree looks, as well as how you unlock certain things in the Ember tree. It also added some cosmetic options after you defeat the bosses, such as putting their pieces of them here, or making them actually trigger their some of their responses here. Like here, you can trigger the first boss right here, and it summons ads. They also included this new Ember Shrine, which will allow you to customize your Ember Knight to look however you want them to look, which is pretty cool if you want some more customization options. They added a couple new relics, as well as redid the skill trees for all the weapons. Not entire reworks, but there are in fact like new reworks. They actually gave you back all of your upgrade materials so you could redo them all. So I think like things like the hammer got a massive rework. I think the razor wind, which is what I'm going to be using today, also got a rework in a lot of skills, as did everything did, but like for instance, like our new masteries for things like the rod gave you upgrades arcane orbs to quasar orbs, which is what I tried playing with earlier just to see how the game felt. It felt really nice. And then of course we still have our shop looking like it always has over here. You can use your excess ember to purchase like art relics for yourself whenever you go into combat. I'm actually gonna look at this right here, because I am doing chain lightning. I always like to go chain lightning with this this guy, because every third attack we're going to be basically causing lightning damage. So we're going to jump into it, see what else has changed out in the game as well, yeah. So if you like the content and you want to see more of games like Ember Knight here on the channel, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. As always, I hope everyone is having a great day, and yeah, let's jump into it. And I'm also going to go ahead and essentially apologize in advance if I sound a little under the weather. I did not sleep very well, and I feel like I'm maybe getting a little sick, but that shouldn't impact a lot of anything else. You know, I noticed that there were some new difficulty options. This is right here. Once you beat the game the first time, you can set a whole bunch of restrictions on yourself. They'll make the game more challenging, but you get more rewards, essentially. I did not even notice that there was, that these were even here. Okay. And some of these are really hard. Holy crap. You can even do variants of the bosses? That's definitely something I want to try out. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm not even going to impose any, like, restrictions on myself. Plus, I want to make sure the video looks good for you guys, and I'm not dying in level 1. So we're going to jump in there. If you're not familiar with what Ember Knights is a roguelike. Whichever you go diving, the further you get in the game, the more gear that you have, and essentially stronger you get, and you also get like active abilities. All of it is randomly dropped by enemies. It is an action game, and definitely requires some coordination. You can have it played with up to 3 of your friends, for 4 people in total. Let's see. I'm gonna swap that. I don't mind Phantom Spheres. We'll take Phantom Spheres. I don't think we're gonna do that one entirely, but so all the abilities in the game, like you see right there, it says I have 1 charge of the Poison Spear we just got. Whenever you use that, you can time your shot to do more damage, and then it'll go on a cooldown. That cooldown is based on the number of times you attack. So when we needed to attack 15 more times before we're able to successfully use this ability again. And like that, enemies are dead. We have 2 options right here as far as rooms that we go in next. Your first skill instance, you deal bonus damage to stun enemies, lightning. Whenever you hit an enemy with a weapon attack, it poisons them. So we can do like a lightning and poison thing. I like stacking debuffs, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. That's probably not the best thing to do, but that's just the way I prefer to play it. Obviously, you can play the game if you want. If we go vigor, we get extra health. If we go precision, we get extra crit. I love extra crit. And my goal is to try to not be hit, so, you know, we're gonna try that. Oh, right. So we cleared that room out. We got a 4% bonus to our crit chance. I don't know if you can look at that. Oh, yeah, you can. So we are up to 8%, 18%, or is it 18% plus the 4%? So we are throwing our chakram right here. The razor wind, essentially we can also hold it down and throw it like that, and it'll give us bonus effects. And boom, we're clearing out these rooms rather easy. Again, this is in the normal mode, so I'd imagine this was going to be the case. But, I mean, that's not to say that we are basically out of it difficulty-wise. We do have to watch out, because as we get further, the enemies will, in fact, get just a bit tougher. We have a room where we get more Ember, which is a the currency that we can use in our HUD, or extra gold, which we can use in our runs. Alright, there's another room cleared. A lot of these rooms definitely want you to try to clear as fast as possible, because there are several worlds that you travel into in the game, and if you manage to beat the worlds in a specific time, you get a bonus little cash after the bosses. So here's our first mini-boss. This mini-boss never changes. Don't think any of the mini-bosses change. This is the Sanguine Sucker. Let's see what we can do with it. He will try to attack me like that. And then we're just gonna take all those hits, apparently. He's not even trying to cast his tornadoes, is he? And then he has, what are these, fire tornadoes? Oh, well, okay, so he does get skills that change ever so slightly. Oh, he's dead. Just like that. And there were some blue mushrooms scattered around the field. We got plus 10 health from him. But these blue mushrooms right here have a health item in them that we can consume to give us health back. Here's our first store. All the items in here are, in fact, randomized. Let's see if there's one for us. Whenever you defeat an enemy with a status spell ailment, that status spreads to another enemy. That's actually not bad. Whenever you stun an enemy, deal AoE damage around it. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bronze Rat. That sounds pretty good. Nothing else. Oh, I could go ahead and pick up that, because our chakram allows us to stun enemies rather well. Alright, so we pop that one. We have a speed, which is the green one, or a power, which is increases the damage of our base skills. So that's what I'm going to do. And like that, the enemy's clearing. With all that damage we do, see, now our basic attacks are going to do plus 3 damage. It's awesome. We also now have a skill selector here, so we'll have more than the poison, which we'll call it, spear. We so want. Ow. I think we are pretty much just dominating right now. This new skill tree is definitely coming in handy. We can opt to go to a health fountain and get some health back, or we can increase our health when we go to the Vigor room. I think the Vigor room is exactly what we're going to do. I don't like any of these skills, honestly. We're going to take Dice. It's not a terrible skill, but the next opportunity we get to swap off to a new skill, we might do that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that dice over there. You did get some bonus options based on what happens. Based on the roll, well, it's not the worst thing in the world. It does give us another cooldown to use, which is nice. Oh, I didn't even see the guy behind us. Wasn't paying attention. Oh no. Well, at least we can hit their trees with this. Hello, guy. I didn't see him stuck down there. I think we're still making great time. Your third attack deals chain lightning, which is what we're already doing. Whenever you defeat a poison enemy, you gain damage for 3 seconds. That's honestly awesome for us. We already got the conduit spike going with us. Let's go ahead and do plasma ball. Why not? And then we'll head through this door over here. This is going to be our boss room. I can't wait to fight the variants eventually. Because, yeah, these, there didn't used to be variants until, I want to say, honestly, now. Oh. You can dodge out of those rather easy. I just, you know, am not. Luckily for us, our chakram is helping us do a lot of damage. We stunned the boss, nice, and now it's dead. And every time you complete a boss, lucky for us, you actually get max health back. So we don't have to worry about healing, although there are many sources of healing around us when we break into these cocoons. The boss also dropped a couple of gems for us, so our health got increased. And here is our first cache. It'll tell you what you needed to do. So we needed to beat the world boss in 7 minutes, and we did it in 5 minutes and 23 seconds. We're going to open it, and that's going to give us an additional stat selector. For this one, I'm going to continue doing crit chance. I like critting. I'm going to go with crit chance and power at any point in time we can, because we're going to be very damage heavy. This guy is meant to be agile, attacking as fast as possible, and chaining up to several enemies. So here we are, our next level. Let's see if we can do the same thing over again and just dominate the area. We got a relic selector here. Whenever you stun a non-boss enemy below 20%, they are instantly defeated. That sounds like it's going to be too good to be true for us, especially since it's one of our core things. Yeah, just like that. We can go here and pick up this body right here, get some health back. Let's see, is there anybody up here we can worry about? Luckily for us, our skills come in handy. Whenever we chain lightning, it's just wiping out an entire room. So I believe this is definitely a good choice. We found a pretty optimal combination. It's not going to help us for bosses per se, but for everything else, I'm taking a lot of damage here. I make sure to roll a little bit more. We also need to try to break open these barrels whenever we get a chance. Here's an offering pit. If you do not like any of the relics that you have, you can offer your relics here, and you toss them in, and you get random relic back. It's about as easy as it gets, although, I'm going to be honest, I pretty much like the relics we have at the moment. There, we got 2 more enemies left. There he goes, they're dead. Now we have a stat selector or a skill selector. I'm actually going to choose the skill selector. As we know, I'm not a huge fan of the things that we've got as our options. There we go. We now have more meta currency or in-game currency. I'm going to keep on going with in-game currency. Mark the ground to call on lightning storm to damage all enemies. Ooh, I like that. We're going to go ahead and grab that. Oh, no! You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I meant to replace the dice, but I'm not mad about our choice. Especially going to be good with bosses who are rather large. We're still doing points of damage. I mean, you know, poison shouldn't be the main thing. There's also a horn over there. If I had seen it, paid attention to it well enough, I could activate that and it'll give us a little damage boost. Here's our first major mini-boss, or the first mini-boss of this area. The mini-bosses can actually change there are variants for that. didn't even see where we took the damage from there. And he's dead. Chain lightning definitely doing some work around there. Got some health back. We can open these, get some chicken, get our health regen back. And let's see what we have here to use ours. This is a magic tome. Whenever you refresh a skill nearby, enemies take skill damage. That's pretty good. Your first weapon hit burns enemies. Whenever you perfectly complete a room, permanently increase skill damage by 5%. That's actually not bad. But we can also reroll. I think I'm going to do that. I do like hailstone armor. I actually really like hailstone armor. I want to pick up hailstone armor. There we go. And let's see. We'll pick up some of this, some movement speed, and we'll also get some skill damage, and then we'll be on our way. And this will essentially freeze enemies in place, which is really good to us. So we're very defensive, but we also have enough tools to do the damages like that, just clearing rooms easily. There we go. Next enemy down. We get another power bonus to our basic attacks, which is really good. Here's our Ash. Ashes are a pretty good currency. I like to go for those whenever they are offered. Essentially, all this does is it makes it to where you can level up your weapons and gain new skills. That is why I'm able to do chain lightning attacks with my main attacks, that sort of thing. And now that we can do this, I'm going to go ahead and just freeze everybody in here. And boom, room cleared, perfect room. We also got, let's see, skill damage. There's our relic orb. This helps you unlock new relics to be found whenever you're doing your runs. Oh, and we also had a skill damage thingy down there. I guess maybe I didn't pick it up. I'm gonna go over here, down here, and we're gonna see if we can freeze these guys. And then boom, bada bing, bada boom, they are frozen. And that's even, that was a really fast clear in this room. We don't need a lot of healing right now, so I'm going to keep going for the vigor room right here. Nice. Look at that. Like, they couldn't do anything the majority of that room. We were freezing them in place and just chain lightning and stunning them. We are now officially at the the boss of this area. The final boss. And yeah, let's go ahead and see how fast we can down him. It isn't until the fourth world that I really start to feel the hurt. The fourth world boss, as well as that level in general, just it can be really tough. Look at that. We've already got a boss half defeated. And we almost have him down completely. He's going to summon some swords over here. Oh, now these are faster. He hasn't even done like the main sword attack, which is still a very easy one. Oh, he's dead before he even gets a chance to do it. We actually got him in the teleport. So I would say overall the new skill changes and whatnot are definitely very handy. We got some crits there. Oh, we got a perfect boss. And we got the relic thingy. We still had 3 minutes left before we even lost the ability to grab that. That's nice. Go ahead and get stat selector. I'm going to go ahead and go with additional damage. So we have 30% crit. on top of our sizable 28 damage, I believe, on our normal attack. So we're clearing the rooms rather fast. I might actually start focusing on getting some health so we can get just a little bit tankier for the end of the game. We have this world, next world, and then the final stage. Oh, hello, rat. You're not supposed to be throwing stuff at me. Looks like we have an ash in the next room. Let's see, lightning increased by 50%. We're going to take that. We could have also taken the giant mace. We're going to hit that. That gives us a little wisp who fights along with us. Those guys are really strong. Also, we had another wisp. It would like that, and there would be a cosmetic in there. I'm just going to focus on taking care of these, because I don't like a lot of the wizardy looking dudes. Luckily for us, we can stun them like crazy. And like that, they are cleared. Oh, this was a mimic. He's going to give us a little half-eaten apple for 1. We have stat selector and skill selector. I'm going to go with stat. I don't know why it won't let me swap over to the other side. There we go. Much better. What's this? Was that all the enemies in the room? Also doing something else down here. Let's see. Movement, speed, crit, or damage. Oh, I thought we were at 28. We're at 24. I'm gonna go ahead and push us closer to that. Go ahead and do this. I want to get these guys stunned as long as possible. I don't know what those little thingies do for us, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything in this room. They all seem to be floating past the door. We all have a shop. Let's see if there's anything we could use from the shop. I don't like any of these skills right out. It's going to be 50. Whenever you use a skill, you can throw a snowball, or... Oh, that could have been really good. Too bad we couldn't have afforded it anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the pie. I need better security. Okay, it's fine. Get better security, man. Oh, okay. This room. Or that thing. I hate that. This is a new thing they definitely added into the game, which is like an effect that seems to persist throughout the entire fight. Let me just tell you, as the difficulty goes up, that definitely gets harder to deal with. Let us go. I'm gonna go agility. I want to be able to move a little bit faster. Like that, we cleared that room real quick, like. And now we have a little bit more speed in our step. Oh, I love that stun. We didn't even have to go very far. We just stayed at the front of the room when it did everything. Here's our boss room, or the mini boss room. I don't like this guy at all. Not a fan of this one. Oh, I didn't notice he put like an AoE down. I'm gonna go pick up one of these apples. Oh, He must have stayed where our rotating blade was and took a whole bunch of damage. That's nice. I used to really struggle with that guy once upon a time. Sometimes I still do struggle, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Perfect room. And now we'll just freeze these guys to death, and now all we have to deal with is this thing right here. It is gone. And get a little list to follow us. Those guys. No! And I'm actually going to opt to get the healing this time. We'll also take the extra health. And, yeah. Take this healing fountain. And on top of that, whenever we go to the next room, we'll also get some meats right before the boss room. And that'll also heal us up a little bit. Oh, what are these? I don't know necessarily entirely if there's a huge benefit from completing these, or if me, like... Uh-oh. Oh, God. We're taking a whole bunch of damage from this one. Alright, that's all of that. God, please no more. Definitely one of my least favorite parts of this map now. Or this world. And here we have our food. We'll go ahead and grab all of these. Get like 40 health back. I'll go ahead and start the final boss of Whitesbury. It's definitely the most elaborate looking boss. It's one of my favorites because, for me, it's not one you take a lot of damage against. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing here. Let's see, what's he gonna do now? Ah, totems. He's right here. He's gonna start doing a little spin. We'll just do that. The further you are away from him, the easier it is to get to dodge these. I think they're very generous with the dodge timing on a lot of his skills as well. Now he'll try to regen some health, but if we destroy this fast enough, he will in fact be stunned. And then he'll just start to repeat some things like his totems right here. Oh, we actually got hit by a couple things. Not great. Where's he at? There he is. Go ahead and stun him off right here. And he should start doing the thing where he does the track lighting across the screen. Like that. And now he'll be back. And he's dead. Now let's see if we beat the world in record time so that we can get a little goodie bag. We have some extra crit here on the ground we can pick up. Nice. What does that put us at? That puts us at 40% crit chance. That's pretty good. We did get our cash. Wonderful. How much time do we have left? 9 minutes, and we did it with 1:10 left. Alright, what do we want to do here? I'm going to go ahead and do some skill damage just so we can have some better skill damage. And then we'll head on to the last of the major boss worlds before we head to the final world. This is Anvilville. This is what I consider to be easily one of the most annoying and definitely has a difficulty spike if you can't manage the enemies rather quickly. Luckily for us, our little stun build is working really well in our favor. That is good. The less that we have to move around, the better it's going to be. Whenever you defeat a frozen enemy, you heal. Whenever you hit an enemy with skill, it poisons them. Your poisons last longer, or gain 15 armor. I'm going to go ahead and do the 15 armor, just because that's just damage mitigation. It's really good. Let's go ahead and get the precision. It basically gives you like an extra vitality point, essentially. Oh. And see there, instead of taking from a health point, I actually took from our defense points. Come here, so I can freeze you. There we go. So I believe that makes it 44% chance of critting, which is nice. I actually really like these bad guys right here. They pretty much do one thing, which is trying to hit you with these little lasers. They either spin in place. Let's go ahead and take that guy out there. Do we have another option over here? It's just Ember. I want the gold. The longer we keep those guys frozen, the easier our life will be. Awesome. Got some health back, not that we needed it, and now we have a skill selector and a stat selector. I like our skills, so we're going stats. Unfortunately for us, we took a hit there. Fortunately for us, we destroyed all of them for that hit, and we got it back. And let's go ahead and go for health. Let's get a little bit tankier. I think we're good on our damage. I think we're good on our crit. I'm gonna start worrying about our own being instead of being just a glass cannon. Ow. Ow. Not doing well with the What's he doing now? Ah. Oh. Rather large. Oh. Ah. That was a rather large shuriken earlier. It looks like that one's down permanently. But he's gone, so it doesn't matter. We lost a bit of health there. I'm not super concerned with it. This is also something new I wish that didn't exist. I mean, it's not terrible. It allows you to spend money to basically upgrade a relic of yours. Maybe 20 armor. Let's do this. Let's confirm and increase this level of that one. I would rather have one that let me do the healing. We also, I don't know what that one does. That little armor there that we said use on. But it's whatever. Let's go ahead into the next section. Cool, we have a health room. I'm gonna go ahead and take the health room. Oh, cool. I didn't even realize we killed all the enemies. That was actually kind of a surprise to me. Let's go ahead and take that health. What's our next option? Not an option. Boom! We also now have a healing option and or a store. I am going to go with the healing option. Our health is rather low, and to be honest, I don't think I have enough money to warrant anything in the store. It used to be the store would be your default option, like you had to take it, because whenever you go to the boss world had no stores. It was a fairly difficult thing. It was basically a gauntlet before you got to the boss. That has since changed, thank God, because that was definitely super hard to deal with. Ooh, nice. We got ourselves a couple of options in here about what we got. Ow, I don't know how we got hit by that, but whatever. There we go, room clearing. Just the fact that we can freeze enemies is definitely a huge boon to us. And now we're on to the final boss of Anvilville. Go ahead and pick up all this food. And let's hope that we have a better time with him than I had last time. Because this is actually where I failed. Didn't make it all the way to the final boss world. Because there were some changes to the way this boss handled. I don't know if they're just on a harder difficulty, because that's what I was playing on. Or no. So it clearly looks like they did some work with how this fight operates. Gotta be wary about those bouncing orbs, because they definitely hurt. So now, in order to get that boss to be even damaged, we have to take on these guys. So now he's able to be freely damaged. Alright, so now we gotta defeat these guys again as fast as we can before we take too much damage. Which we are taking way too much damage. I don't like those little yellow orbs that are following us around. I don't mind these guys. But there's, as you can tell, I'm taking so much damage right here. We already lost one life, but unfortunately for us, we actually have revives. Which was not ideal to have to use one, obviously. Oh my god. Alright, so we managed to defeat him. We only used one revive. And luckily for us, we left with 1 health, and we got full health and max back then. To me, this is actually even harder than the final boss. But that was good on our part that we still have 3 revive tokens essentially left. We beat it with almost 2 minutes to spare. I'm gonna keep on going with health. And now we are on to the final boss world. Now, in order to get to the final boss, we basically have 2 rooms. Each room has 4 doors. We've got to destroy 2 doors by going into them and defeating the enemies, and to continue going on. Unless they've changed this. So we'll see how this changes. So there's the door. It is locked. It's got 2 runes on it. Now we must defeat 2 doors. Oh, yeah. They definitely changed this. So before, you didn't get any rewards whatsoever. Now you get a gem for completing that. I'm going to go with the health door. Although that one over there looks like a movement door, which is pretty cool. You get like bonus for that. Luckily for us, we are kind of a champ at destroying enemies right now. We are just great at bossing. Or, not bossing. Destroying enemies. Mobbing. Alright, so we'll continue on. This should be the last room that we have to work on the frozen door. Oh, okay, that's new. The rooms, they send orbs at us. That's not annoying at all. Trying to pay attention to what's happening on the outside of us. Is that not all of them? Holy crap. They're definitely making this a run for your money. Alright, so looks like we have a relic orb and a health orb here. And now we get to take out one more room. I'd say we go with the power door. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay, I no longer like the last boss world, where they're doing this thing where they're now able to like freely get the final boss to interact with this. Hopefully there's a health fountain here that they now include. Was that it? Oh, Jesus, that was tough. At least we didn't have to go several rooms in a row. But I have a feeling we are going to consume one of our revive tokens. Alright, so now here we're into the second room. Just 2 more doors and we can make it to the final boss. We get a reward room. Let's do a... I want to do this healing fountain room, honestly. Oh, there are no enemies in here. Or are there? Okay, there are. But what about outside forces? That's what I want to know. Well, there goes all the healing we just got back. I don't like it. Ow. Forgot those enemies leave like an AoE on the ground. Don't like this. There we go. I mean, I say I don't like this, but it's kind of nice they have like a challenge here. This game, oh, you gotta do 3 doors now. It used to be just 2 and 2. Oh God. Why? I thought I had frozen that in time, but apparently not. That's not going to be enough unless it's a full heal. Oh, 50 heal, that's not bad. But it did like 10 less than the fountain. And I guess we'll go towards this room. I mean, I don't know what I'd give up, but I also don't want a skill, so I guess it's kind of moot about what I want to do here. Oh, I don't really want to do any of these. I suppose we could do this. Let's do this one. I mean, we don't have to do any of them, but let's see what we can get out. What is this? Whenever you hit an enemy with a weapon attack, it poison. Oh, okay, so we actually got double stacks of poison now. Hey, we actually managed to get completion on that without getting hit. That's nice. Don't like this though. Ow. Not a bad room. We handled that better than I thought we were. Still a little less healthy than I would like to be. But that is the boss unlocked. Did they give you any healing before the boss? That didn't used to be the case. It looks like that's still not the case. No health options here. The final boss comes in 2 phases. You fight him here, and then you gotta basically follow him and follow him in a different section. And we're familiar with this with the ice boss. Alright, now we're on to our second phase. We actually have to chase him while he's just throwing down crystals at us. Those lasers are new. That's new. A lot of stuff here new. Oh, okay, so they removed the barriers. Instead it's the lasers now. I guess it's to keep the area, like, moving. Oh, shit. He's definitely got a lot of new attacks. Oh, well, I rolled in the direction that he was doing that in. That's fine. Is there another phase? Oh. He summons ads now. He does this shit. That's good to know. Oh, and it's state, and they're not leaving. Well, that's not infuriating at all. Oh my god. You're a cheater. Whoa! What do you mean? Oh god. We might not actually defeat him. Oh. Yeah. This is fun. You are not a fun dude. What did you do? I'm gonna go ahead and just run away from him. And then I ran into the little lightning thing on the ground. Wow. There have been some monumental changes to how things are handled in this game. Like almost every single, well, I say every single, from Third World on, there were some massive changes. Basically the bosses messing with you throughout. Fourth World, there really wasn't much other than the final boss of World 4 got a rework. That's Anvilville. Whitesbury, the boss clown, can sometimes show up and just mess with you. And then the final world is an entire rework of what it used to be, especially the final boss. The final boss only used to come in 2 parts. So it looks like I don't know what that happened there. There's the statue for the 4th boss. Nice. And now we can also come over here to the Ember Tree, and we have more resource to spend on stuff. We also have some relics. So we unlocked. Looks like we unlocked, whenever you refresh a skill, conjure a lightning bolt, and freeze damage increases by 50%. And Black Eyes do pretty strong. What happens if you interact with the Anvilville boss helmet? Oh, cool, it's got a little wisp that comes out. And I'm also going to use... How many ashes did I get? I got 10 ashes to use. I've maxed out every weapon except for the hammer and the sword. I'm going to do the sword next. Only have 2 skills left to get on the sword. And now we also... Okay, so we have the sword maxed out now. Third attack is a spin attack. That sounds pretty cool. That's a nice mastery. When you gain a charge attack, just strike forward. Your first weapon hit on an enemy has a chance to stun. I like the crit chance, and I also like the crit chance where you burn them, so I think that's still going to be the way I go. I also like that one. Let's equip the sword. I want to see what the sword looks like. So equip it, and toggle energized. Ooh, that looks nice. I liked it. Oh, and that is awesome. That didn't used to be that. That's the mastery. Look at you just stabbing that. And then you do like a finishing stab afterwards. Oh, you can move while you're doing it. Okay, I might be doing a sword run next. That's pretty gnarly. I also really like the hammer, but I only like playing the hammer whenever I'm in a group session with friends. But yeah, that's Ember Knights. That's the new Reforged update that recently came out over on Steam. I'm sure it's going to hit consoles as well if Ember Knights is out on consoles. That being said, if you like the content, you want to see more videos like Ember Knight here on the channel, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, as always. I am sorry if I sound a little bit under the weather. I think I am getting sick, but I am going to try to recover as best as I can and make sure I'm still pushing out content for you guys. That being said, you guys take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. Later.